Welcome Cajun Horror Talk. Today we're talking Evil Dead, the 1981 classic. Y'all grab a beer or a cup of coffee. Let's talk some horror.
As we said, today we're talking Evil Dead, 1981, cult classic, old school, gritty, gory horror movies.
Buckets of blood.
Buckets of all pails of blood. Amazing amount of blood and gore in this movie. So much so that it was actually banned upon its release. There was so much violence and gore in this movie. It was banned, I want to say, in 5 countries, I believe, or 4 countries. No, it was banned in Finland. It was banned in Germany, but actually, funny enough, it was actually released in Germany initially, and then it was banned shortly afterwards when all the blood and everything came out. In Ireland and Iceland, apparently, it was also banned.
We can gas Jews, but we can't show blood.
No, you can't show. There's too much gore there. I mean, there's a Holocaust museum with 30,000 pairs of shoes, but a little bit of blood and everyone loses their damn mind.
Exactly. So, first, let's get into. Let's just come out and put it out there. I do like this movie. I watched it for the first time. I'm 31 years old. It was the first time I actually watched this movie. I grew up as a horror fan, but for some reason, it's one of those movies that just never came up. I never got around to watching it.
And I'm on the opposite end of that spectrum. This is actually one of the first horror movies that I watched as a child. It was kind of it was a movie that came out that everyone was kind of scared of. Nobody wanted to let anybody underage watch it for obvious damn reasons. If you've ever seen the movie, you know why they didn't want children to watch it. But of course, being rebellious as a child, this is one of the first horror movies I actually saw.
Wow.
Yeah.
The effects in this movie were amazing. It was written by Sam Raimi with Bruce Campbell, actually. They were friends in college, and it was decided that Sam was going to direct it, and Bruce was going to star it because Bruce was the guy that all the women wanted. He was the handsome guy, which, how this came about, I don't know, because don't remember, I love Bruce Campbell.
But the unibrow was the look back in the
Oh
day,
my God,
it?
that unibrow it's like he had a caterpillar on his face.
Oh God, it reminds me of Austin Powers, like the messed up physical attribute. He's a sex symbol with those fucked up teeth.
Exactly, dude. So let's get as far as the effects, the pencil in the ankle.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
I cringe.
Oh my God.
It makes me cringe every time till this day.
And it wasn't enough. I mean, Hostel did it. Hostel does it. The New Pet Cemetery does it with the slice of the Achilles.
Yeah.
But they just dig it in and just does circles with the son of a bitch.
It wasn't a quick jump scare like, oh shit, that hurt. No, it was a stab and like wiggling around a little bit.
Here's the thing. How do you stand still for that? I mean, I know it's a prop foot and all that, but in real life, if somebody sticks a pencil in my ankle, they're not digging it around. I'm running.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm going to try to. I'll limp like a son of a bitch.
I'm out of there. But the liquid latex and the way that the prosthetics were used and the fake blood and all
the makeup effects when they would become possessed were awesome.
Amazing. And for the time frame that I was put in, it's very
and ridiculous. The budget they had.
No CGI. This was all practical effects.
They had no choice, you know. They made
back in that days, any CGI was very limited. It really wasn't that much of a thing back in that day anyway. And they're shooting at an actual location, at an actual cabin in Tennessee. They went up there and just started shooting in the woods, and then they said that all of the stuff that they use in there, very real. Like the shotgun and the shotgun shells, they fired real shots. As far as like some of the drug uses and stuff that they had in the movie, there was actually a scene with marijuana. There was actual marijuana in that movie. And looking back at that now, really,
yeah,
it's not the norm nowadays because anything is so prop set up.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure there's several Seth Rogen movies out there where they're all really high. You know,
I would imagine that. I'm not saying that it's not done nowadays. I'm pretty sure there is some movies where people are high in their trailers and stuff. But as far as actually filming it on scene, probably not as predominant as you would think. Yeah. A lot of fake marijuana, fake weed stuff.
Now
the camera angles.
The camera angles, the whooshing camera angles in the woods, is pretty cool. It gets overdone a lot though. It's cool the first few times, but by the end of the movie, it's like, okay, we get it.
Yeah, we get it.
The son of a bitch is really fast, you know.
And they actually they achieved that with 2x4s and stuff. And they made like almost motorcycle handles on the side of it, and they would mount the camera to the front of it. And Raimi and Bruce Campbell actually assisted with a lot of those camera angles.
And
they grab on either side of it and run through it, and they're knocking shit down.
Knock the trees down, and that one was pretty cool.
It was. Okay. It showed the force of what was coming.
So backing up a little bit, we kind of got ahead of ourselves with the whole pencil thing. The whole purpose of this movie is these couples are going these two couples and
the random girl for whatever reason was there.
It was Ash's sister.
Yeah, but even still, being a sister, well, you want to be the fifth wheel in a cabin?
Yeah.
Well,
so they're going out to this cabin. they're going to stay in this cabin, pretty much smoke weed, have sex, drink, whatever.
Sex and drugs and rock and roll.
Yeah. So they're going out there, and they find this book in the basement. Because the basement door...
Oh, after the basement door just blows the hell open.
Yeah, magically opens, and you're like, huh.
We should check that out.
Let's check out and see what's down there. And how big is this basement? How big is this basement?
It seems easily twice as big as the first floor of the house. Because
Yeah.
they walk around in this damn basement.
I've seen Waffle Houses bigger than this cabin. But the basement looks like the Taj Mahal.
Oh, the basement's
huge. Don't get me wrong, it's nasty, but
it's huge, and it's not even one big ass room. There's separate rooms in the basement.
It's like Buffalo Bill's basement.
Maybe.
There could have been a well. There's like, oh, there's the moth room. There's the darkness room. So they find this book, the Necronomicon.
Oh, yeah.
You discover they find a tape recorder because evidently the guy who owns the cabin is a archaeologist and a professor. He's like the evil Indiana Jones.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth, too.
So they start playing this recording, and it's him reading from this book that evidently summons demons.
Forth.
Yeah. Well, it freaking summons a goddamn demon.
Go figure.
Yeah, the guy's telling you that this book can summon demons, and he reads from it. And
you find this book bound in human flesh, and it's got all these Latin phrases and shit written in it, and all these coded words.
If I'm not mistaken, it was after the sister got raped by the trees.
Was it afterwards or was it before?
I think it was after the sister got raped by the trees that they found it, because that's why she was so freaked out when they were reading it. They were listening to it.
I think
I could be wrong.
I think it was before. I think that the Necronomicon was found before, because that's what brought the forest to life, apparently.
But you hear it, you hear him talking about the book, and he's like, it's bound in human skin.
Yeah.
Why are you still touching this?
And inked in human blood.
And inked in human blood.
Inked in human blood. So
great. Now you can get herpes and malaria.
Oh yeah, so one shot. That's all you need. It's
wonderful. Wonderful. Let's read from this book.
Yeah, the disease book. Let's pull this up and let's smoke some weed and open it up.
Is that a wart?
It has. If you see the book, it has a damn face on the front of it.
Yeah,
like it's actually.
And the Necronomicon is basically what forms the backbone of this franchise. The Necronomicon is present throughout all three major movies, and I'm sure in Ash vs. Evil Dead, which I've never watched.
I haven't seen that either. I hear it's on Netflix right now, and it looks like something I'd be interested in watching. I'd like to see their new take on it, especially so many years later, being 2019 as it is. It's probably updated quite a bit.
I think I'd have trouble seeing older Ash. Because right now, I've just freshly watched all three of them the first time.
Well, you would think with all the makeup artists and everything nowadays, they can maybe do something about that unibrow in the new series. Like maybe he'll have two eyebrows and we'll be.
And it was sad because he got I remember him from Burn Notice on USA or whatever it's called now. But most people probably watched Burn Notice and said, oh, it's Ash. And now I'll put on Evil Dead. I'm like, hey, that's the guy from Burn Notice.
Yeah, from Burn Notice. Well, yeah, but that's because like you haven't seen this movie as a kid.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's ingrained in my psyche as he's Ash. He's
also
been
another
Ash.
question. They're going there for sex and all this other stuff, and naturally it's an 80s movie, so you see titties.
Of course.
What is it with women's boobs in the late 70s and 80s? Why do they all look like combs? They all point. No matter how droopy they all come up and they point. They're like
maybe in the early 80s.
You will put an eye out with a tit in the 80s.
Maybe the government didn't put all those hormones in the cows just yet, so then all these cone-shaped titties. I mean, we have much fatter titties in 2019. Check them out.
Yeah.
We need to have a review for a comparison of the titties in the original movie from the titties in the remake of the movie.
That's like Friday the 13th, original to remake.
Yeah.
Or remake wins titty-wise.
Titty-wise, absolutely.
Yeah.
I will actually give that.
That's gonna be our next set of videos is comparing titties in remakes and originals.
I give the remake 2 tits up.
2 tips up.
Oh yeah.
2 tips straight up.
Straight the fuck up.
That's right. Turkey's done.
Exactly. Really did.
So let's get this the elephant in the room. Tree rape.
The tree rape.
The tree
that's
rape.
What everyone wants to hear about.
Exactly.
The tree rape.
9 times out of 10, that's why you clicked on this video. I wonder if they talk about the tree rape scene. Yes, a woman is raped by a tree. This happened. That happened. We let it happen. It was something. It was. I heard. Obviously, that was one of the things I heard about all my life with this movie. Was, oh my God, there's a woman raped by a tree in this movie.
It's a staple of the movie. It makes people like. Did you see that movie, dude? There was a scene where this girl was raped by the forest. And like, what do you mean she was
Yeah,
raped by the force?
yeah,
Like, it doesn't.
yeah.
You have to actually see it to even understand the extent of what actually happened to her, and it's a very, very graphic scene.
Yeah.
It's I'm not really sure how they achieved some of the effects with the vines wrapping around her hands.
Her neck and the neck went on so much because you could see it moving up her face sometimes.
Yeah.
But that it was graphic. It was there.
It was definitely there, and
like Groot and Bill Cosby had a baby.
I had a baby. Yeah, the force is just raping bitches. Like, I don't get it.
Hey, at least she was awake.
I don't know. Was there no peyote in the forest? They get forced down her throat before they decided to rape her. And then she gets up away from the tree and she runs back to the damn fruit.
Groot, I can see it now. Groot Crosby.
Groot Cosby.
Cosby, yeah. Jello. I am Jello.
I am Jello.
So,
with the vines and the raping and the bushes and the forest.
Yeah. Raping the beaver says only you could prevent forest rape.
Oh God, yes.
So moving past the tree rape. Let's move past the tree rape we got out of our system.
We're gonna come back to the tree rape.
So after the first girl gets possessed, they throw her in the basement, okay?
Yeah.
Here's my question. Okay, I love the camera angle of looking down at her in the trap door and the angle of her perspective.
Her perspective looking up is what
looking up is really creepy. Here's my thing. You're in the woods.
Mm-hmm.
I understand. You're trying to get laid. Shit happened. Other girl got a pencil in the leg. Your buddy's girlfriend.
Yeah, he's not getting no pussy from her.
Yeah, your buddy's girlfriend got a pencil in the leg. His sister got possessed.
No.
Why are you just chilling in the living room with this freaky bitch in the basement looking at you?
Not just that. Even if you just got stabbed by a damn pencil, why are you sleeping?
Yeah,
she went to bed and went to sleep after. I'm sorry. Any kind of excitement happens in the house. You don't just, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna go to sleep. I'll be better in the morning.
Yeah.
You just. I heard your friend talking about getting raped by
my boyfriend's sister just stabbed me in the leg. I'm going to take a nap.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go to sleep because it'll be better in the morning.
Yeah.
It's not just that, but the
here's the thing. You got raped and you're the first person to be possessed in the movie. You got the short end of the stick.
Yeah, absolutely. And the reactions to some of the noises. Okay, you just saw somebody floating in the living room. They're talking about how you're going to die and they're going to get you and all this, join us and all this shit. Why, when you hear somebody scream, are we not running towards rooms? Why is everyone just casually like,
thank you.
Ah! What's going on over there?
Okay,
what more do you need to see?
Your girlfriend just went in the room. There's no other way out of that room. You hear stuff crashing. You hear her screaming.
And you casually walk in the room and just kind of look around.
Like, hey, look, we're sounding like we're giving this movie hell.
We're not.
It's things that make this movie so endearing because it's stuff you don't see nowadays. It's that 80s, 70s, 80s cheese that you don't get in movies nowadays. That you can really sit there with friends and just talk about while you watch the movie.
Absolutely, the movie in itself was amazing. I loved it. I've seen it several times. So we're not ripping on it. I just think it's funny the way some of the things actually play out inside of the movie. And the perspective of them after seeing all this crap, still maintaining that level of somewhat calmness after you've just seen a possession, you've just seen a stabbing, you got a bitch locked in a fucking cellar.
Another thing. Okay, this is the 80s, okay? You could get away with freaking murder easy in the 80s. There's no electronic tracking. You change your name.
You're in a cabin in the woods. Nobody.
Yeah, you can get away. Why do you bury the bodies 20 feet from the cabin?
And why do you put a marker on the
grave site?
They put crosses up on
I
the grave.
love my wife, but if we were living in the 80s and we went up there and she got possessed, I'm burying her ass in the woods and nobody's gonna see her again, and I'm moving to a different state.
Yeah,
because who's gonna believe that she was possessed? I had to kill her. No, your ass is going to prison.
Yeah.
You're gonna be in the showers with Bubba. There's no other way around it. No one's gonna believe that. Oh yeah, the devil took her, and I had to cut her head off and take all her limbs off.
What happened? Well, the devil raped my friend in the woods.
Yeah, and the trees raped her first.
Then I don't know what all is going on, so we're just gonna kill everybody and bury them.
And then how long does it take before you realize you need to kill people? This is not just gonna stop.
Oh no, and that's the thing. They keep playing the mind games back and forth where he's about to kill the girl and then she turns back into her former self.
Oh, the la 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 la.
Oh, I'm sorry. She would have died first.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Even if she's not possessed. If I have a girlfriend who's not possessed and she's sitting Indian style in a hallway and just smiling at me, giggling, going la 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 la. I don't care if she's possessed or not. She might die.
I can't do the little kid voice thing.
I-
Look, there's one thing in this world that can be beautiful or absolutely terrifying depending on your circumstances, and that's a kid's laugh or
Absolutely.
voice.
If you have a child and you're in a playground and you hear a little girl laughing, it's endearing, it's beautiful, it's lovely. Now, if you don't have children and you live alone and you hear a little girl's voice,
something's fucking
giggling,
wrong.
yeah,
burn
no.
down the house and move somewhere. Move to Canada.
yeah, I'm gone. I'm not even taking my belongings. I'm just grabbing like this and I'm gone. Bye.
Yes,
I got my phone and my car keys. Bye.
After all this is said and done, you get the classic thing of Ash it's finally daylight, all the mist is gone, Ash is walking to the car, and you get the
Again with the whoosh.
and it hits him. So, and you know, that's one of the classic cliffhangers where if they wouldn't have made a sequel to this movie, which they made two,
Did he
which
get
were
possessed? Did he die? Did he make it?
What happened? Yeah. I mean, could they have focused more on the unibrow? I love the unibrow, but goodness gracious, they focus on the unibrow.
It's a classic symbol now. That unibrow is amazing, and I love the fact that he is a horror movie icon, but he is not the killer or he is not the evil presence in that movie.
But at the same time,
he's the good guy.
Yeah, his thing, he's one of the first final guys. You always hear the stories about final girls. Mm-hmm. You have Jamie Lee Curtis, obviously from Halloween. You know, you always have your final girls. He was the final guy. You know what I mean? He was that one guy that made it to the end. But naturally, in this movie, he's not Ash yet. I mean, he's Ash Williams. He is Ash Williams.
He's Ash, but he's not
Ash that you see later in this.
He's not the iconic Ash that you see later on with the chainsaw on his arm and the shotgun. He's not that Ash yet. He's still.
Honey, you got real ugly. You know, he's not that Ash yet.
No, this is kind of what molded him into that badass horror icon that he is today. All the trauma and the bullshit that he went through in the first film, where everything just kind of went to him.
So yeah, guys, in closing, I love this movie. Coming to it later in life, I didn't grow up with it like Ross did, but there's something about it that gives you that nostalgic feeling for the 80s and late 70s, early 80s movies, even into early 90s movies. It has that quality about it. Personally, I give it a 3.5. It's far from perfect. It was never intended to be perfect. Nobody thought this movie was going to be an Oscar. It was made by college kids, man.
Yeah.
But it was a cult classic that everybody finds something in it they love.
Absolutely. And I'll agree with him once more, and I'll stand from 3.5. It's obviously very nostalgic for me. It's one of the first horror films I've ever seen. I absolutely loved it, and I've seen it several times. I don't think that, and I mean, we talked about how it was made by college kids. It was ever intended to be more than what it was. It was supposed to be a horror film that got made, that everyone loved, and it was going to die off in a couple of years, and it turned into this whole franchise, and Ash is regarded as amongst some of the other ones as far as a horror movie icon status. So I definitely love it, and if you haven't seen it, you definitely need to make it. And tell you what, watch the original, watch the remake.
Yeah, we didn't talk about the remake, which we will do a video on the remake later on, guys, and we're also going to do Evil Dead 2 and Army of Darkness also.
Oh, the Army of Darkness.
Make sure you check out all those movies and come back and see us over here. We will be talking about them. Catch us on Facebook, catch us on Instagram, Twitter. Like this video, share it. Please subscribe, hit the bell. It'll let you know when we got more videos coming out. Y'all have a good one.